businesses have to matter. You know, they have to be there. If you lose that, you lose the whole flavor of a neighborhood.
I don't think of us as a place that sells food.
I'll be back with that round table.
I think of us as a service to the community.
If I look around my neighborhood, there are so many well-known and famous local places that close. We put a lot of effort to open up this place, so I'm not going to give up that easily. My mom, she ran like a couple of restaurants in New York City, and I know how tough and how difficult it is. Running the business is always non-stop. It's like 24/7. You don't have a day off. And you have to be flexible, you have to be ready.
You can never get comfortable. You can never say like, this is where we're at right now, we're good. That's like your death sentence. Because there are times when there's no money, so you're going on your heart. Being able to share and make somebody else's life better, even if it's just for a meal, that's big currency in this industry.
There are just so many lovely people in Brooklyn, but in this neighborhood, I feel always I get maximum love.
Hey guys, we're gonna be open in a few minutes, but
It gives you such a warm feeling to know that you're part of a neighborhood and people come looking for you.
Okay.
When they've been away, like this is where they come first, and that's kind of what I wanted to create. As a business owner and in New York, we've been here before. 2008, economy tanked. Then we had Sandy, everything was quiet. COVID, there's nothing like it. This was devastation. This was like beyond starting from scratch. We had to start all over again. One weekend, we went from full capacity to then 50% capacity. And then within days, they were telling us we had to stop service altogether, which was devastating. I literally took a whole day of just like in my bed, like, I just imploded, like I couldn't do anything.
First, I want to close my restaurant like the other. But when I went back home and rethink again, like, how can we prevent this and protect our staff and our customer?
I needed to stay open. I couldn't imagine closing down. Since we're a mainstay, if we're not here, then things are really bad.
What we represented was a sense of normalcy and an escape from the mental stresses. That's what we stood for to people. They wanted that sense of, I can still have this drink. Please take me out of this madness, even if it's just for a few minutes, through a drink or a dish.
When something like this happens, there are going to be shortages.
you guys could sit
Any day you could make your list and a part of that will not be available because of the demand. We felt it almost daily. You go to the market to get certain things and there's none, or the places put a cap on how many cases of chicken wings you can get. And some days there's just no paper goods.
My suppliers that I use send me the text that tomorrow I cannot go and send you food anymore. The main company is shut down for like a month. I look back to my stallage and I only have 6 bags of rice. No rice, no noodle. So instead of noodle, we need to use spaghetti. My menu have to be flexible enough to adapt. You can just order whatever.
I scaled back the menu immediately because I knew I was going to have to do a skeleton crew in here. So I went from a full crew to like 3 people and then me doing everything else.
This one stays up anyway.
That second day, we were behind and I just had to hop back there and wash dishes. I've made every drink that's come out of this restaurant for over 100 days. I've answered every phone call, I've placed every order. I had my wife doing deliveries, my kids, like we used all available resources. But that was really great because people know us. My 13-year-old brings it and they're like, man, I love this business.
If you want to know what it's like to run a restaurant.
Takeout delivery was a small fraction of what we've been doing. It was a couple orders a night. Now to go full steam to only online was something uncharted for us. We had to, again, buy a lot of stuff to take out. We had to get on more platforms. And again, those platforms take a chunk of your money.
We did delivery for a short period of time, about a year and a half in. We were on Grubhub and Seamless and Uber Eats and all the apps, and we pretty quickly pulled it, realizing that we didn't identify with it. I had to call them all back and say, hey, you still have us in the cloud somewhere?
All the online presences that we have to use to get business takes a percentage of our money. Then the credit card company takes a percentage of our money. And of course, there's still the tax man. You look at the number you make, and then by the end of the day, it's really a fraction of that you're going to actually be able to pay your staff and all the other stuff.
When you think about business ownership and being like the owner and the top guy, you think, I work for nobody. But once you get to the top, it flips over. You are totally accountable to your employees and to your community.
We've known people from first dates to engagements to weddings to first children. I've watched the neighborhood grow. I've watched the kids when they were coming in at 6 and 7. Now they're off to college.
Greenpoint is actually like a small Q community. 10 years later, everyone moved here. All the artists and musicians and great restaurant now in this tiny little community. I actually feel really proud of myself and my team that we're doing all this together. I want our community to know that we are still here, up and running. So how are we going to support and pay back to the community?
What people and neighbors started doing was gifting food from us to essential workers. So they would buy the food from us, we would deliver it to the hospitals and them just to keep supporting us. It made me feel like all these years that the neighborhood feel and love we'd created was now coming back to us.
It was a collection of people that created an organization called Feed Brooklyn Heroes, where they were taking donations from people that had money and could donate it, and they were distributing it to restaurants. We covered the bar, we covered all these tables, and just made it in like huge containers, and it was chaos. But it felt really good to do it. It was the mental gift of being under that kind of pressure. Like, that's a normal Friday night. This feels normal for us. And then we also got, a good amount of money that we weren't seeing. People were really trying to figure out, can they eat out? Is it safe? Is it smart?
Running the restaurant business is never a boring day. It's always something. So now, what is next? What's gonna come next? I have to prepare for it. You don't even know if tomorrow the city will be locked down again.
If people are really going to be working from home and people are suffering from lower income and maybe not able to afford fresh pasta with duck ragu and like a $15 cocktail, we now know how to adjust and make an offering that might fit that need. And that's what it all comes down to for me, is understanding the needs of your community and responding to it.
How's it going, man?
I definitely know that I'm resilient. And that's one thing every day I'm like, there's a light that shines, and I'm gonna take from that light.